Good morning, fellow ninjas. This is Monday Morning with the Ninja Nation. I'm Don Tennyson. You know, during these unprecedented times, there's a couple things we have to pass on to you today. Number one is this idea that we are so uncertain about the future today. Things are changing on almost a daily basis. One of my own frustrations with that has been this concept of planning for the future. And when you don't know what the future looks like, it's tough to make a plan. So we have kind of an idea, and that is, let's just focus on one day at a time. And while it's easy to get concerned about what's going to happen 3 months from now, what's going to happen 6 months from now, we think life is a whole lot more fun, life is more joyful when we just focus on today. So one of the concepts could be this: what do I have to do to win the day today? What phone call could I make, or who could I have an impact on that's just for today? And let's see if we can string together some wins one day at a time. Now, of course, it's also important to recognize that at some point in the future, when some level of normalcy returns, the real estate industry will kick in again, and there will be some pent-up demand that we want to be ready for. But if we can win the day right now, we'll be ready for that pent-up demand by staying in touch with our people, making those calls, writing those notes. Something as simple as writing a note to somebody and have them receive that in the mail at home, it could actually make their day. I was talking to a friend of mine who runs a real estate company in Indiana. He says, "You know, Don, I'm working at home, and I look at my mailbox and I see the U.S. Postal Service deliver my mail, and I run right out there, and I'm just hoping that there's something out there that will make my day." And I think that's a good message. We can do that. The other part of this is we have Mary and I. We go to a church that we like a lot, and there's a pastor there who's a young guy, does a great job. One of his online Facebook messages that we heard recently was this: we'd like to help some people during these difficult times. We'd like to be of service in some way. And a lot of people are frustrated with that. What can I do from home? What could I do that will have an impact on other people? And I think this pastor, his name is Jonathan Wiggins, and he said this, I thought it was really wise. He says, too often we try to focus on the many instead of focusing on the one. We try to think about, how could I have an impact on a whole community, a whole neighborhood, a whole database? He says, why don't we do this? Let's not focus on the many, let's focus on the one. So our ninja action tip for this week is, what can you do this week to focus on the one? Maybe the one person in your neighborhood who needs some yard work done because they can't get out. Maybe someone that you could do a delivery for if you're able to get out to a grocery store or a pharmacy or something like that. Maybe someone that you could write a note to or make a phone call to today that would absolutely make their day and be a blessing to them. And at the same time, creates connection, creates relationship. That's what we need to be able to deal with the pent-up demand that's ultimately going to occur when this crisis is over. So let's, for this week, just this week, let's focus on the one, not on the many. Have a good week. You take care now. We'll talk to you soon.